Peace. So I just want to share this experience that I had. You know, I typically don't share these type of experiences, because I know like a lot of these experiences are, they are specific to me, but as a energy alchemist and ancestral messenger, I am going to share this experience that I had. And this is just one of many. So, last night, while sleeping, I was awakened. And I was awakened while still sleeping, if you know what I mean. So, I wasn't fully in the body, but I wasn't fully in the astral realm. So I was in that in-between state. I was in between realms, but I was very much aware. And so, again, I don't know what time it was. Time didn't exist in that state. So when I awakened while still asleep, I was in between realms. I saw as clearly as day a man standing not far from the bed I was sleeping in. Now this man, his complexion was very dark. His colors were red and black. And I immediately thought Shango at first, because Shango is one of my parents in Ifa. And no, Ifa is not my religion. I don't practice one specific system. These are all energies, and I've worked with them all along my way on my journey. I embody the energy now myself. I don't have to call on deities. They will visit me without me having to call on them. But anyway, Shango is one of my parents, and I felt Shango's energy. But when I saw the imagery of this being, this man, clearly as day, this was a full-grown man standing right there. Again, not a physical man, but this was a spirit by the bed. His back was somewhat facing me. But let me get to that. So the red and black. And then right after I said Shango, I was like, oh, no, this is Eshu or Elegua. But I still felt Shango's energy too. But this was Eshu, clearly as day. The guardian of the Crossroads. And so, at first, when I saw him, I didn't know, because usually when I have experiences, I can tell when a certain energy is there for my benefit, or if they are there because they want that smoke. But, sometimes they, it can be tricksters going on. But I looked, and when he looked at me, he looked back at me, and I prepared myself to fight if I had to, because I done been in situations in the spirit realm before where I had to, lay my hand down on a few deities, few energies that was sent toward me. But I didn't get that from him. So I relaxed. And what I saw, his back was facing me, but kind of his side. It was like at an angle. So he started doing these hand gestures, what appeared to be light language. Now, I wouldn't never have thought about, placing light language in the same sentence as one of the Orisha. And Orisha doing light language. but I know that I'm just on a different, I'm different. Spirit doesn't have to make sense to the human mind. So he started doing these, and then he would look back at me to see if what he was doing was working. I'm like, what is this nigga doing? Is he trying to, first I was like, is he trying to harm me, or is, but I didn't feel that. Again, I've been working with this energy long enough to know the difference. And immediately when he was doing all of these hand gestures, he kept looking back at me to see if it was working. What I came to realize is I started to feel this huge wave of energy flood my body as he was doing this right here around my bed. I got this cold chill, but then it was like I felt these powerful vibrations flowing through my entire body from head to toe, and my body just started vibrating and buzzing while he was doing this with both hands. And he would look back at me and look back and then go back to doing what he was doing, as if he was operating on me. So I'm saying that to say, when I awakened, like, I felt lighter, to say the least. He was doing a recalibration on my energetic field, because I have been working and going through a lot spiritually. Soul work. I do soul work. I've been visited multiple times. Multiple times I've been visited in the dream world, and this wasn't, let me be clear. I want to be clear. This was not a dream. This was me in the 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I was in between the third and fourth dimensions. I was in between the physical existence and the astral plane. I was more so in the astral space. But I still was kind of halfway in the body too. Those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. When you're in that in-between state, it's when you can see things. But now I saw this clearly as day. This ain't my first rodeo again. I've been doing this work for a while, for a long time. And I'm not just talking about this lifetime. Don't get caught up on appearances and let, because I'm not an old man, or, I'm not one of these gatekeeper guys that's walking around here like talking about what they read in the book. Don't let that fool you. Like, I really take this work serious. It chose me. I'm not here to make this sound cute or none of that, but I'm just saying that I know what I'm talking about. So, a full recalibration by one of the Orisha. And even though I saw Elegua, Eshu, I still felt Shango's energy too, because Shango, again, is one of my, quote unquote parents, as they call it in Ifa. And again, I'm not sitting down practicing Ifa or none of that shit. But I know it. I'm in a space now energetically where I don't follow a system. But I still respect the systems, because I went through those systems as rites of passage. And these deities didn't forget that. Eshu didn't forget the work I done for him back when I was doing that type of work at the Crossroads. That's why he showed up for me. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can't bypass the work. Yeah, you might get on here and talk about you do these things with these deities. I don't even talk about these deities no more like that, unless they come to me and I have to channel a message. I'm not out here trying to do anything. They came to me. And I give thanks to Eshu, to Shango, And there's others too that I'll speak on, especially in my Kemetic lineage that I, work with in a previous life as well. So this video is at 10 minutes now. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but I wanted to share that experience just to let those watching know that if you respect the work, and if you really putting in the work and you have done the work, when you need them, Spirit they'll show up for you and come through. This wasn't, you have to be ready for this type of work though. This was soul work that he was doing on me. This was soul work because I've already been doing soul work. If he had caught me some years ago when I was at the early stages of my journey, I would not have been able to handle that much energy rushing through my body. You have to be able to anchor that. Otherwise, you'll wake up and lose your mind. This ain't to scare you. You'll wake up and lose yourself. So you have to ground this energy. They don't show up until you are ready. But again, man, I just wanted to share that message. And if you are going through any type of soul recalibration, or if you need some assistance with that, grounding the energy back down into the body, grounding your energy into the body, integration and embodiment, then I assist with that work. I can assist with that work. I help with soul integration. I help to move stagnant energy in the body. If it's a pain, whether that's emotional or physical pain, I can help you pinpoint where that's coming from because it's spiritual origin. Get with me on that. I don't always throw myself out there to offer this, but I'm doing it right now. So if you need that assistance, you can reach out to me directly. Email is info@thehouseofancestors.com. And while you here, tune in Wednesday night to Art of the Ancestors Radio. If you are awake at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go to wdrbmedia.com, click listen live, and listen Wednesday night at 11 p.m. But I have an email list too. If you're not awake at that hour, I send the email, the replay, I send it out. I send out an email blast. So email info@thehouseofancestors.com, and in the subject line, put requesting show or add me to list, and I will immediately add you to the list to receive copies of Art of the Ancestors Radio to listen to at your convenience. And you can just listen to that link and share that. FYI. And that's just a 30-minute segment. I'm on air for 30 minutes. I can't give it all out on radio. But anyway, man, I just wanted to tap in. It is God I see. I catch y'all on the next one. Peace.